When you wake up on a day like this particular one, the chances of you to invest are quite many. So Zabu, powered by Altex East Africa, makes those investments easier for you. For the MTN subscribers, dial *292#, so there's definitely no hassle for you, and you'll definitely kickstart off your investment journey. How simple and how true is this? *292#, use your NIN to register, and after registration is done, in the next 24 hours, you'll be ready to invest in any bond and security. Well, with just a minimum of 15,000 Ugandan shillings, you will be able to invest in any of those particular ones. Make your savings grow by investing in Zabu. Well, Zabu says my money, my future, powered by Altex East Africa. Markets are open from 8:15 a.m. East African Standard Time, and closing time is 3:15 p.m. East African Standard Time. Markets are closed during weekends and public holidays, but the rest of the days you're free to invest. Powered by Altex East Africa is Zabu. Now let's look at sports business as it's coming up this morning. We start with the FIFA ban on the Kenya Football Association, as FIFA has now lifted that suspension. FIFA has lifted the suspension of the Kenya Football Federation, the Federation of Kenya Football, that is the FKF, following the local government's decision to reinstate the body after it was dissolved over suspicions of corruption. That is the statement from the from the sports minister. Now, a letter from FIFA on Monday said that it had decided on November 25th, 2022, to lift the suspension of the Football Kenya Federation with immediate effect. In February, the World Football Governing Body had suspended the Football Kenya Federation, citing the government interference after authorities shut down the organization last year over allegations of corruption. And in November, Sports Minister Ababu Namwambo announced that the federation would be reinstated, but warned former leader Nick Mwendwa, who is facing corruption charges, not to return to the Kenya Football Federation until the case was concluded. Now, also on the other hand, Namwamba told reporters in Nairobi that he had met FIFA officials in Qatar to discuss the suspension. Now, the Football Kenya Federation was dissolved in November 2021 after an investigation into its finances revealed it had failed to account for funds received from the government and then the other sponsors as well. Now, its leaders, Nick Mwendwa, was arrested in the same month last year. The case was dropped for lack of evidence, but Mwendwa was re-arrested in July 2022 on new charges of misappropriating 38 million Kenyan shillings. That is about 312,000 pounds in there. Okay, no, 312,000 euros. Approximately 38 million Kenyan shillings. So there is a ban that has been lifted now. The suspension has been lifted off the Football Kenya Federation from the Federation of International Football Association. Okay, now let's turn our eyes to the World Cup 2022, as there is a warning of a football lottery scams that are picking up and taking center stage. Now, fraudsters are exploiting interest in the Football World Cup to trick people into replying to scam lottery letters. Now, these mail shots incorrectly claim to be affiliated to the event that is ongoing in Qatar, which include official logos, and ask receipts for money to claim a huge cash prize. Such rewards are never seen, apparently. Now, the National Trading Standards say there is a surge in letters that had coincided with previous major tournaments. Now, the officers say they wanted the public's help to gather information about scams. They wanted people to send any scam mail they received to Trump International Organized Crime Gangs, who are often behind these kinds of scams, adapting them to take advantage of the hot topic of the time. At present, Trading Standards officers expect the con artists to use interest in the Football World Cup in Qatar, with examples including letters falsely claiming that a lottery has been organized to promote the tournament. The wording may vary, but the aim of the fraudsters is always to trick vulnerable people into sending money. The average amount requested this year in postal scams is £48, usually in cash. Now, the officers did reveal this. Now, if people responded they would then be repeatedly targeted, and then many victims would fall prey. And of course, quite a number of people have been losing pounds due to these lottery scams. So far this year, more than 80% of postal scam examples seen by officers have been client scams, and where receipts are promised more detailed readings if they send money. So other postal scams regularly seen include fake bogus health cures and investment scams. There's also the adverts. Then there's also ding standards over the next month, calling the campaign a scam nasty. So these are some of the other things that are coming in from there. Well, as the World Cup is finally to the knockout stages, you get to realize everyone is trying to pick interest in exploiting the naivety of the fans and the naivety of those who are interested in betting, and also those who are interested in quick money, and also putting their investments into the FIFA World Cup lottery games. And this is something that FIFA is warning of the football lottery scams that are increasing due to this particular ongoing World Cup in Qatar. Now, as we're summing up with the FIFA World Cup situations and business news coming in from there, just a quick reminder that the World Cup now is ready for the round of last 16, as so far now we have 4 of the teams that are out of the group stages. Speaking of the 4 teams, that is Senegal and the Netherlands. Having defeated Ecuador yesterday 2-1, Senegal made their way into the round of last 16, or one would say the Lions of Teranga crew lowered themselves into the last round of 16 matches that are slated to be played on Saturday and Sunday. So Senegal will be taking on England, which topped Group B, having defeated arch rivals Wales in the United Kingdom derby match that did happen yesterday night, with 3 goals against the Welsh team, 2 from Marcus Rashford, then the other coming in from Phil Foden to make it 3-0. So England will be playing Senegal on Sunday. Then Saturday, the first match of the last round of last 16 will be played between the Netherlands up against the United States of America. Now, the Netherlands did top Group A, which had Senegal, Ecuador and Qatar. And Qatar left the group with no point and definitely losing all the matches that it did play. Well, the Netherlands will be taking on USA, which took second spot in Group B. More matches to be played today concurrently at the same match, that is Group C and Group D. Well, the winner of Group C will be taking on the runners-up of Group D, and then the winner of Group D will be taking on the runners-up of Group C. So shall we be able to see France take on Argentina as well as it happened last time, or will Argentina escape this time? If it does top the group, it will survive France at the last round of last 16. And that is it for all. We shall be giving you more updates as it happens, but most especially from the world of business. And clearly, this time around, that is it for the sports business. Now we're heading to the entertainment economics. I do have my main man, Berigi Andrew, on here to give us more of those particular updates coming in from the world of entertainment. Andrew, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm okay, Joram. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. What should we expect in today's entertainment news?
Actually, before I give you that, Senegal, you've been talking about the World Cup heading to the knockout stages.
Yeah.
And I believe the most success that we've achieved as African countries regarding the World Cup, I guess it must be the quarterfinals.
Yeah, it's the quarterfinals, 2010.
Yeah.
Senegal did that in 2002, then also Ghana did the same fete in 2010.
10. Yeah, 10. Okay, so what do we expect this time around? Do we think Senegal this time around can actually at least push it to the semi-finals in that regard, according to your observation?
When you look at that, it's actually having a very tight round of last 16 matchup against England. England topping the group with 7 points, and you can't rule out anything in football, but the chances may be minimal as of now with the way the flair of the English team. But well, like I did say, the Senegalese have been so good at football playing. The only challenge they faced in the group was with Netherlands, because they just failed to convert their chances. So England should be very, very worried about the Senegalese team on Sunday.
They must be worried. Well, regarding the entertainment, what we should expect, just a brief highlight. Of course, the singer Akoti coming out to warn the bloggers to be fined 200 million Kenyan shillings. That's in case for those that are tarnishing of course, are posting something from on our Instagram, like using fraud, let me say that, trying to get endorsements and all that. Then we shall come down to again to understand the Yeezy, a report which has come out about Adidas's concern to take over Yeezy. That was in 2018, of course, with claims that Kanye West was not treating the staff appropriately. Then we shall come down to Taylor Swift's home, of course, on the Cornelia Street, which is up for sale for $45,000. Oh my God! Imagine 45,000 just rent. You get to understand that the average rate in the United States of America is about $1,300. Well, that and more coming up. Okay. Now let's get straight to the business and entertainment. And officially, I start with Akothee, and of course, she says a fine of Kenyan shillings 300 million Kenyan shillings for those that are posting anything malicious about her brand and those that are using her page, of course, to get endorsements, those fake accounts which are created regarding that. It comes back as an entertainer to get you to understand the power of branding yourself. And okay, when you have the brand, how do you protect your brand? Yes, branding, of course, we always talk about branding, and so many people have told you about branding, but then there is an aspect of how do you protect your brand? Because you can easily lose out something big and somebody, if you don't protect your brand appropriately, it's very easy for someone else to use you to actually gross big, of your own craft. So that is something really ongoing right there. She's a Kenyan singer, one of the richest actually musicians on the African continent. Quite lots of money, very expensive apartments, and and because of that fame and that money, some of these other scammers, the online scammers, definitely are trying to use that chance to find a way they can get endorsements of her. Endorsements worth millions of Kenyans of shillings regarding that. And in the report here, singer and businesswoman Esther, that's called alias, of course, threatened the bloggers who post malicious content regarding her brand, and taking to her official Instagram account, the businesswoman took issue that's with the Kenyan bloggers claiming that they were using her name to gain popularity and endorsements, and she subsequently vowed to seek legal advice against anyone found, of course, a victim regarding this particular aspect. And she made a statement here, a quote here, which I'm going to read, where she said, "Gone are the days when blogs built brands on names, and of course, that nowadays we only have bitter lost generations, of course, behind the keyboards chasing followings and clouds, of course, to earn a living regarding that. And they will stop at nothing and care less about the damage it will cost." You get to understand, as a scammer out there, you're trying to use someone else's fame to earn a living, but at the end of the day, you don't know that actually you're damaging their brand, because sometimes you've heard of what we call people that hack accounts. Somebody can go beyond creating a fake account, they hack into your account, and in most cases they're going to demand for a certain price for you to return your account, to be returned to your account. So you get to understand there is the aspect of protecting your brand, via like your account, being secure, because anyone can do something to it. Security passwords, security codes, they should be on point. But besides that, somebody may not really have to hack into your account to tarnish you, but they can create a fake account, and they can even create those likes. If your account had 1 million followers, they can manipulate those followers, and they seem like that. And at the end of the day, they'll start to use that fake account out there to the world, and they try to. Actually, there are two ways. They can either get endorsements from it, so list for fans, or tarnish your brand. So one of the two, they will always do that. So there is that aspect of really protecting your brand as an entertainer right there, because your brand is your identity, it's your money, it's your living. So it's very, very, very important if you really take it with absolute caution. Still on the quotes, Akothee said, she says, all they want is comments, likes and followers. Blogs are equally fighting for followers and endorsements, therefore, and they will use your name and brand image to get insights to approach clients. This is what I was talking about. Somebody creates a fake account, and through that they're able to solicit, probably had accounts, clients that you've been reaching out to your platform, and they're giving you these particular businesses. Then at the end of the day, this fake account comes in fast, and they get that deal. By the time the real youth original owner, you come to negotiate this deal, the client tells you, are you out of your mind? We talked about this. Then you're thinking, how did I don't transacted anything? And then they take evidence of the screenshot about that transaction, about the dealings, and you're just left out just like that. So protect your brand. And such an initiative that Akoti has taken of a fine of 300 Kenyan million shillings in case anyone is found a victim, I think it's really quite very enormous. And the fact that she has a voice in the country of Kenya, her status, she can speak something. And of course, if she's to involve the legal aspect, the legal teams, and to follow up on these fraudsters, something can be done about that. So, but still, it's not about you don't think that you need to have the money for you to do this. No, if you actually you can't afford these lawyers, these legal personnel, at least protect your account, protect your brand in a certain way, to ensure that if you realize that a fake account has been created in your name and it's already soliciting, trying to transact business on your behalf to your former clients, with due respect, don't even waste time about it. Go communicate about it. That's why it's always good for you as an entertainer to keep updating. I mean, you check out on your social media, you see what's really going on. A friend can send you a pic and tells you, is it you that really requested for this? Follow up on such matters. Then after come out publicly and say, for all my clients, my account has been hacked. There is a fake account that has been created in my name transacting business on my behalf. That way, and make it really viral aspect, it will save your brand and of course losing lots of money in the future. Now away from Kenya, and now let's cross over to the United States of America. But this time around, we are going to look at Kanye West. He's been quite making lots of headlines lately in the last month. Let me say that ever since he made the anti-Semitic talks, which made him lose lots of money, that he lost about 1.8 billion in one night. But then this time around, we're going to discuss to have an insight of a report that surfaced about Adidas desiring to scrap the Yeezy brand off from Kanye West. And of course, this was a result of them saying that Kanye West was not treating the staff appropriately. So that led to that. So this was a 2018 suggestion. So imagine since 2018, Adidas planning to own Yeezy's brand. You all know that Yeezy is quite something which so many people fancy out there, and some people own some of these brands for the sake of to look good, to look acceptable, because you have a Yeezy. But now Adidas wanted to take it over, and we see here a report regarding Adidas discussing buying Yeezy name from Kanye West. That was in 2018, and of course to avoid stuff being exposed to the rapper. This is a report that says, this report was actually released yesterday regarding this talk. And concerns about Kanye West's behavior towards Adidas staff, of course, have been mounting since 2018, when executives suggested spinning off the Yeezy brand or even buying the trademark outright, according to a report first from the different sources right there. So if we are to review this further, we get to see the aspect of the Adidas. We see that the current and former staff told the publication that both Adidas staffers and executives have been raising concerns for years, and of course about how the rapper, now known as Ye or Kanye West, treated workers at the company. Sometimes Kanye reprimanded Adidas staff in front of their colleagues, made anti-Semitic comments, and watched so many horrific things at work. These are reports saying this. And later, according to the reports, it was highlighted that in 2018, current and former workers told the journal regarding this matter, trying to buy the Yeezy name, away from Kanye, and they own it in a way of some kind of a subsidiary for them. Former employees told the publication that staff also flagged concerns with executives following Kanye West's interview in 2018. That's with the TMZ, when he said that slavery sounded like a choice. Of course, I won't get into the depth of those matters. It's not the first time really Kanye West is going through such, can I say, such scandals, and these scandals have made him lose quite a lot of money, lots and lots of money. Of course, I won't get so much interest in that, but recently, of course, despite the anti-Semitic talks that he made, coming out, trying to say that he's exposing the industry, and, this has really made him quite to be all over the media. Of course, he says that they say he's crazy because he's speaking out the truth. That's what he says. And so all the reports that we shall hear regarding him, he has already, so it's not news to him because he expects it. He claims he's being attacked by the industry regarding this. They want to put him down. But so interesting, I was happened to get in, of course, to watch a certain video of his, and he was saying, ever since he lost these endorsements from Adidas and other partners, he feels free, and is actually currently venturing into starting up like some sort of a place, a home, a school whereby they are training fashion styles, people to engage into fashions. And we know Kanye West is one of the most successful fashion artists, let me say that. He has really succeeded in that regarding his designs, the way he sits down and thinks. He was actually nicknamed the creative genius. That's why he's been able to get these endorsements. So he decided to lose it all, and because currently he's estimated at $400 million US, and this happened overnight. Because before that, it was estimated at about $2.2 billion US, and in an overnight he lost about $1.8 billion. So you can get to understand how much that impact was to him. But then he comes up and tells you, you know what, I feel I'm free. I can do what I want right now. I can invest in what I want, and this is quite, he's happy. He launched his school that, like not officially launching, but trying to show the society what he's doing besides losing these endorsements, these billions of money. So he's starting up a fashion school, training tailors, the students that don't have employment, probably that are kind of given up in life, and they're trying to look for a career to pursue. He has started up a school to help them realize their dreams, and I think that's quite positive of him regarding that. Okay, still back to this report. Adidas executives conducted a thorough review that of the Yeezy partnership, including the request to be the company's creative director, which they presented to Adidas board in October, that is 2018. The journal reported, citing the documents, the executives listed staff's direct exposure to Kanye as a risk, and even suggested rotating key staff to lessen the risk. And this is so serious. The publication reported regarding this. They also proposed limiting Kanye's exposure to the rest of the company, by running Kanye as a standalone brand, buying the Yeezy, and of course the Yeezy trademark for him, from him to run the brand out of him. So literally they wanted to take the brand out of his hands. The journal reported under the deal, Kanye West licensed the trademark to Adidas for 15% share of the sales per the journal regarding that. So you see, this is so interesting. Adidas, as I wind up this report because for the interest of time, Adidas said it expected to lose 246 million in profit this year after ending the partnership, but it still owns the designs for Kanye's footwear, and said earlier this month that it plans to release more of Kanye's more of Kanye's brands, those designs under its own branding. And Kanye West meanwhile said he has plans to sell the Balenciaga, Adidas, and the Gap hoodies for $20 each after the companies cut ties with him. So probably, I don't know how far really this case is going to go. Probably Kanye might have at some point to file, for a case regarding copyright in this regard, because we don't know the terms and conditions of which they signed this partnership years back, but I still feel like he still owns that copyright regarding the designs and fashions. Adidas, regardless, I know these are companies that have been here for centuries. I believe Joram, a fan of sports, really testifies of Adidas, and now we are looking at Kanye West, trying to file a suit against such. Anyway, we don't know where this really goes, though at some point I feel like it's a little bit unfair.
Yeah.
It's a full company. It's a little bit unfair.
No, I think Kanye, my take on Kanye is pretty much the situation when he's coming in for president. He says he will stand in for president in 2024.
Yes, yes.
So those are some of the key things after, I think it will be up against Donald Trump, former president of the United States.
And they're good friends, family. Okay, let me wind up this the entertainment report as I look at Taylor Swift and about regarding her home, and of course that's the Cornelia Street home to rent for $45,000. Get to when you hear this figure $45,000, it's quite a big figure. If you're to research, the typical rent, regarding of like an apartment in America, it's about 1,300. We can talk about that. If it's gone really too much, okay. I'm talking about a good home, an average home, which can be really good. But then now we are looking at Taylor Swift here, charging $45,000. But anyway, it all comes back to this aspect that we talk about your identity, that you can actually command a price because of that. Last year, for those of you that are movie fans, the house where this famous horror movie was acted, I think it was, I'm trying to recall that house. It's a horror movie about a lonely street. Was it something? Okay, the movie which featured Fred Krueger. For those of you that like, yes, Fred Krueger. That house was put on auction, and guess what? Lots of people came up to buy. And why are they buying it? Somebody saying, I can't believe I'm staying in a house where, actually, Nightmare on Elm Street. Yes, that's the movie. The house which that movie was acted was put on auction last year, and quite lots of bids came in through. But why people are getting this house is because they feel the pride to sleep in the house where the famous movie was acted, where Fred Krueger was. So you get to see that. So the same applies to this. The 45,000 rent. Somebody feels like I'm renting a Taylor Swift's apartment, and that is going to really make them feel good about themselves. And at the end of the day, the artist is making money. Now we've come to the end of the entertainment and news this morning. Back to you, Joram.
All right, many thanks, Berija Andrew, for that update and for that particular insight from the world of entertainment. Surely, Monday to Friday, Berija Andrew is definitely here to take you through what is making headlines from the entertainment economics in and around the East African region, of course. And surely that takes us to a break. When we do return, we have the S&P Insight and more updates coming up. Stick around.